Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Texas. Texas, I'm here today to proudly say I endorse Donald Trump for President of the United States. America must have a strong leader again that can restore American jobs, that can restore American confidence, and Donald Trump is just the man to do it. America needs someone who's going to make sure that Hillary Clinton doesn't get within 10 miles of the White House. Donald Trump can do it. America needs someone who's going to make sure that when we give our word around the world that America's word means business, Donald Trump is just the man to do it. And here's what we don't need. We don't need another Washington politician in the White House, do we? Do we need a first-term United States Senator in the White House? Do we need a United States Senator from Florida who doesn't show up for work? Let me tell something to Marco Rubio. President of the United States is not a no-show job like you treated the United States Senate. Simple fact is this. America wants strong, tough leadership. America's tired of being walked on. America is tired of being treated second class around the world. We need a first-class president, and we're going to have it in Donald Trump. And all the political pundits and all the chattering class in Washington, D.C. want to tell you you're wrong. The American people, we the people are right, and we the people are supporting Donald J. Trump. Now listen, Texas has a big role to play on Tuesday. Is Texas going to be Trump country? Are you going to send a message to the Washington, D.C. establishment that you are tired of their failing the American people? Well, I'll be right clear with you. I joined this campaign because I care deeply about our country. I love our children, and I want the best for your children as well. And we need to have a leader who will once again stand up for the American people first, not the rest of the world first, America first. Donald Trump is that man. And last night you just saw one strong man on that stage, and that was Donald Trump. So Texas, you got a big job to do. You have a really big job to do. And I am proud and happy to be part of this team. I want Texas to be Trump country on Tuesday. And so ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my privilege to introduce the next president of the United States, Donald Trump.
You folks, we love you. We love you. It's a movement. It's a movement. It's really a movement. Well, I want to thank everybody. First, I have to start by thanking Governor Christie, because you know, I was telling the press a little while ago, everybody was really surprised. It was sort of a shocker. We kept it secret. Chris and I met the other day, and he said this whole thing, and he called it the same thing. Donald, I've never seen anything like it. It's a movement. I have never seen anything like it. So we shook hands, and I said, let's keep it as a secret for the people in Texas. Let's do it. And when we walked into that press room, they went, whoa. And then we walk in and you people went, whoa. So it's really good. And with all the people, we have a lot of endorsements happening. It's amazing when you're number one place for a long period of time, the endorsements are coming in. But the one I really was happy with is this one right here. So, Chris, thank you. We love you, man. So we had a debate last night. Now, I have to say, because I don't hear it from pundits as much. Some of the pundits are honest, and they say Trump won the debate and Trump did well. But some of these people are so dishonest. I mean, it's incredible. But on the online polls, where they have hundreds of thousands of people voting, we won every single online poll. We won Drudge, who, by the way, is a fantastic guy. We won the online polls. That means so much to me. Somebody says, what does that mean? When you have hundreds of thousands of people calling in, believe me, I can't have my secretary sitting there calling in to get a couple of extras. So that was an honor. And it's been an honor. And we've been winning those polls literally from the first debate. And obviously something is going very good in the debates, because the big poll is really the polls that are coming out. In Texas, they just came out with a poll that were effectively tied, the Emerson poll. And I have so many friends in Texas. We are loaded up with friends in Texas. And I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, I'll tell you. We're going to surprise a lot of people, and it's going to be great. So I'll talk a little bit about the competition. Then we'll talk about our borders, which we will build the wall, and it will be a great wall. And can you only imagine your ex-president of Mexico, Vicente Fox? You see, that's the way other countries are used to talking to the United States. No more. No more. He couldn't believe that somebody would say Mexico has to do something. And by the way, it's that way with Japan. It's that way with India. It's that way with China. It's that way with Vietnam, a new one coming along. They want to be treated with tremendous respect, even though they don't treat us with respect. It's going to change, folks. It's going to change. It's not going to be this way anymore. So he dropped the F-bomb, and I said to myself, can you imagine if I said that? And nobody mentioned it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. For him, it's okay. I wouldn't use that. I would not go there, by the way. But when he did it, it was absolutely fine, because that's the way it is. Double standards. But here's the story. We're being ripped on trade by every nation that we do business with in the world. We are going to become so good. We are going to negotiate so strong and so tough. We're not going to have a $58 billion trade deficit with Mexico. We're not going to have a $500 billion trade deficit with China. $500 billion. Not going to happen. We're not going to be billions of dollars behind with Japan, and we're going to talk about all that in a second. But let's talk about our lightweight senator from Florida who's losing big in the polls. So I heard he was on television saying negative things. I see him. It all started about 3 or 4 weeks ago in New Hampshire, which I won. I love the people of New Hampshire. We won it big. We won it big. And we won South Carolina big, big, big. In all fairness, that was going to be your senator's place. He was going to win it. He said he's going to win South Carolina. And I won women, men, evangelicals, military, vets. I won everything. We won every category. And we won with Hispanics. I love the Hispanics.
Because people that are in our country legally, they don't want our jobs taken away, and they don't want their jobs taken away. And I'm going to bring a lot of jobs back to this country. Remember that. But I saw with Rubio, and he's a nervous wreck, because here's a guy, he's a nervous basket case. Here's a guy, you had to see him backstage. He was putting on makeup with a trowel. No, I don't want to say that. I will not say that he was trying to cover up his ears. I will not say that. No, he was just trying to cover up. He was just trying to cover up the sweat that pours. I never saw. Did you ever see a guy sweat like this? So, a number of weeks ago, we were in New Hampshire, and I got to tell you, Chris was so wild what he did. That was one of the great prosecutions I've ever seen. And I'm standing in the middle, which, by the way, I've been for every single debate, the middle. And I said to CNN, I'm in the middle all the time, and I say to these networks, but CNN in this case, I said, so I'm in the middle because I'm number one. You're going to announce me as number one? Oh, no, sir. You're just going to walk on to, oh, really good. So who knows you're in the middle? Big deal, right? But I watched Chris take a man apart, and I looked at him, and honestly, I thought he was going to die, Rubio. He was so scared, like a little frightened puppy. And he kept saying the Obama phrase over and over. So then I heard it once, and I said, that's fine. Big deal. I'm standing here. He's right here. Chris is over here. And Chris was sort of cool because he's like this. I couldn't do that. You know, I want to stand up sort of like straight. I don't know. But this looked like Perry Mason. That's what it was. And Chris started going into him. So he said the Obama phrase once. That was fine. Twice, I said, he just said that. That was strange, but that's okay, right? Twice. Then a third time, and I said it was like a robot. And then a fourth time and a fifth time, and I said, this guy's cracking up on us. And he was sweating so badly. I have never seen anything like it. It looked like he just jumped into a swimming pool with his clothing on. I've never. And I said to myself, we have tough people to negotiate with. We have Putin. We have the Chinese. We have wars that we're in that we are, by the way, we're going to build up our military. We're going to knock out ISIS. We're going to knock out ISIS fast. Remember the great days, General George Patton, General Douglas MacArthur. Do you think that they would even be thinking about ISIS? By the time they pick up the telephone, it's over. What is wrong? You know, we don't win anymore, and we're getting to that. But I have to finish with this clown over here. So I watched this, and I thought something bad was going to happen to him. And he got through it, but barely. I tell you what, barely. I was almost going to go over and hold him up. Now think of this. Think of this. So we have Putin, and Putin's going to meet our president, and let's assume it's Marco. And let's assume it's Marco. No, I agree with you. We don't want him. Boo, boo. And Putin's sitting there waiting for a kill, and he knows all about Marco because when they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech. Do you remember that catastrophe? And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television. This total choke artist is refuting, and you know, I'll tell you, you know about sports. Do I love sports? We love sports, we're athletes. So, you notice in sports, almost always true, when you're a choke artist, you're always a choke artist. It doesn't really change. You know, sadly, the guy that misses the kick and the coach says, I'm going to give him another chance. Unfortunately, the following year, he misses the kick again. So choke artists, they choke, they choke. So what's going to happen is we look at this, and he goes in to see Putin, and he walks in, and he's soaking wet. And Putin